practice quiz 2. These first two were both 45, 45, 90 triangles. And so first of all, we know that the two legs are congruent. So both of these were this kind of strange 5 square root of 7. What do we do to find that longer hypotenuse side? Remember, the key number on 45, 45, 90 is the square root of 2. So if we are looking for a longer side, we will multiply by the square root of 2. Now that may look a little awkward at first. 5 square root of 7 times the square root of 2. Those square roots you can just multiply together and you'll get 5 square root of 14. That 14 won't break down anymore, so that's already in simplest radical form. On the second one, we already knew the hypotenuse, so we were looking for the shorter leg. And to make that number smaller, has something to do with the square root of 2, but we want it to be a smaller length, so we are going to divide by the square root of 2. So we're going to start out by taking 6 square root of 3 and dividing by the square root of 2. I would give you half credit just for getting that far, knowing that you should divide by the square root of 2. But that does have a radical on the bottom. We're not allowed to leave a square root in the denominator, so we are going to do that little trick where we rationalize the denominator, multiply the top and bottom by the square root of 2. On the top, that turns out to be 6 times the square root of 6. On the bottom, we get square root of 4. We can do the square root of 4, that's 2, and then which of those 6's can reduce with the 2? The one that doesn't have a square root, so that would come out as 3 square root of 6. So both of those x values would be 3 square root of 6 in simplest radical form. And then number 3, classifying the triangle. We're not sure if that's a right triangle, so we're going to take that longest side, see if it's hypotenuse worthy. 6 squared plus 8 squared equals 9 squared. No, it doesn't. So the 100 is too big, the 81 is too small. Whose fault is it? Always the C side. It's the 81's fault. It's too small, which makes this an acute triangle.